So I got the slate recording right now. I'm going to jump right in. Hey guys, welcome back to Mind Your Biz. My name is Seth, and I have the pleasure on today's Creator Highlight episode to be joined by Chris, aka Vega, aka Serpent Special Forces, aka serpentXSF, aka your boy. He's here on Mind Your Biz. Vega, welcome to the channel.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. We were talking about doing this for a little while, and I know scheduling was a little bit difficult, and also time was a little bit tight tonight, so I really appreciate you making some time for this. Appreciate the family sparing you for a few minutes longer for us to get this laid down, recorded, and sent over to the Mind Your Biz community. What I love about this series is that I get to talk to my friends, right? I get to talk to people who like legit, when we go to IRL meetups, these are the people, Mind Your Biz community, who you need to look out for because they're the real ones. That's why I invite them on. That's why they come on. But let's give the Mind Your Biz community a little more of a sense for who Vega is. If you could give them kind of a nutshell, encapsulation, who is Vega in 30 seconds?
All right. So Vega is an individual and IT specialist in the Southeast United States that did IT things for many years until he fell in love with something called cryptocurrency. A father, a husband, and a lover of all things tech, whether it's small gadgets to large farms. It's definitely a passion of mine, and I appreciate it. And I appreciate the community that follows not only the PC community, but also the crypto community.
It's awesome, man. Well, it's legit too. That passion is definitely there. If you get paid to do that all day and then you come home and you volunteer to do it after hours, man, that's got to be passion, right? So definitely see that for sure. Let's jump back in time though. You mentioned that you are now cryptocurrency has entered your life. It's a big part of it, and you're a part of it in a big way by being a miner, by actively contributing to these networks. But what was life like before crypto? So don't tell me about your I met crypto this way story. Let's talk way before then. Who was uninitiated Vega? What did that guy do? What was he like? What was his life like?
So, I mean, really my love for technology that then folded into what it is today started off when I was a young boy in New York City. I was born in the Bronx, Boogie Down Bronx, by the way. And my father had a small little computer, right? It was CRT, but it was a long one, and everything was built in. All it was on it was a black screen with orange text. Everything was command prompt. Everything was DOS. You had to type in your commands. There was no GUI for you to click on. You had to learn it, and you have to execute commands that way. That was when my interest first started. Next thing you know, my dad's looking at me crazy because I tore apart our Nintendo, and I'm trying to figure out how this thing works. And it just started trickling down from there. Every time there was a new gaming system or a new device, I wanted to know how it works. And I got to watch. The beautiful thing is my father worked in a field. He was a network engineer. He served in Vietnam, and he worked in a field where he was a communication specialist, right? But he was basically the IT guy for the military. And then he transitioned into a communications expert for a global cruise liner, right? That went between, New England and New York. And so I got to go to his office. And I tell you, when I went into the office as a young boy, seeing these giant towers that were computers, not our current size computers, but huge towers, entire rooms filled with that's really what took me into it. I wanted to learn everything about it, and the tape backups and how everything was. And when I got my first computer, I was on AIM hitting up all the girls, and then it just kept on snowballing from there, gaming. And then I just got into overclocking, and really that's where the transition came for me between gaming life or PC life and crypto mining, is because as a gamer or an overclocker, you're always trying to get the best performance, right? The best FPS. You're always looking at a monitor with high refresh rate. You're always looking for a better CPU, a better GPU to get that edge on somebody in a competitive game. And so you're always overclocking. And I like tuning and finding the limits of my CPU, finding the limits of my GPU. Then moving into the next generation of my life, it's all about efficiency. It's all about what is the performance per watt. And so that same attractiveness in the crypto world brought me to it. But it just grew into this problem, this not really a problem, but a hobby, into what it is today.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah, I feel that, man. Definitely from the overclocker's perspective. I mean, back in the day, some of those models, like from AMD, is the K6, I think, was you could actually overclock by using the graphite from a pencil. Yeah. I definitely hear you there, man. And I think we've had some chats with the rest of the sort of like the GPU mining fam and the GPU mining crew that there's no end to that pursuit. So I'm not shocked that version of Vega like instantly fell in love with crypto and then mining. Like it does seem like a hand in glove type proposition. So let me ask you this then: you found crypto, or it found you. I don't know exactly how that happened, but let's fast forward a little bit past that point. And what was the point at which you were like, okay, not being in crypto, that could never be me again? Like, at what point did you know the gravity was just too great? It was like a black hole sucking you in and you couldn't escape crypto?
So I was an outlier at the beginning of crypto. I had things going on in my life, situation as a young individual with being young, having a daughter. I had more important things that had my attention, but I was always hearing whispers, and I was like, okay. And when I finally engaged in it, what kept me and what really drew me in was the information share, the communication, the type of individuals you meet. That was, because there's some really unique characters, and that's honestly one of the things that drew me to individuals like yourself or Michael or various people in the industry. We may be worlds apart as far as state, country, or otherwise, but we're very like-minded. And we always discuss, hey, what are you getting on this? Oh, I'm getting about 5 mega hash at 90 watts. Okay, cool. What are you getting on this? And these are back in the day stuff, right? So it was different algorithms, different pools, different people that are still in the industry today. But it was that community aspect that really drew me in. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna hang out with these guys. I really like them. I'm good where I'm at.
Nice. Well, I definitely feel that too, man. I know with the GPU mining fam, even though it has been like, some people have been like, we've got like rock stars in our midst, right? So I'm, Red Panda Mining, like, and a few other people, right, who like, they've shot off right into basically celebrity in this niche within the niche, but there's still that great community. I feel it too, for sure.
Can I say something real quick?
Of course.
Red Panda Mining, Savage Mine, and I were like neck and neck, right? We were like 2K subs or something like that. And all of a sudden, homeboy just blast off. And I was like, damn, Red, you going to leave me like that? He was like, it's all good. And Red Panda is another individual. And obviously, got to respect the man's privacy. He's got a family and everything. So I honor him from afar. But he still cared enough that, hey, my channel's blowing up. But you know what? You should go check out this guy. Or you should go check out this guy. He's always sharing love and trying to be like, hey, I'm your biggest fan, I'm your promoter. I'll subscribe. I'll be a member of your channel. I'll shoot you subs. I'll get people to participate in your community as well, because we're really one big crypto family, really. So I really appreciate that aspect of it as well. And it's not just Red Panda Mine that does that. It's other individuals that do that. And again, that goes back to the community that really drew me into crypto.
That's awesome, man. So the community is what kept you into crypto. And now I'm kind of curious, since being on your journey, obviously you got started in the mining side of things, proof of work, like you didn't need convincing there. It made sense to you. Also, as a systems builder enthusiast, you got really deep into that. Community kept you here. But what have been some like things that you're proud of in your experience so far, in your journey so far, or milestones that you've hit that for you feel like big wins?
So big wins. Let's see here. Obviously, the channel growth. Each milestone is huge. I'm only around 20K subs, but 20K was big for me because it shows that people actually do like it. But the biggest thing is actually very tiny. When somebody comes back to or watches a video and they just simply say, thank you, or you helped me out so much, or they ask a question that invites a conversation, and I do help them through the comments, or I do help them through Twitter, and I help that one singular individual with issues hashing, can't get the miner running, like those individual wins is what adds up to a big win for me. I don't know how to explain that, but I pride myself in trying to help others. And that's really what the channel was based upon, right? The channel, if you go back, there's some gaming content, there's some random automotive content, because I bumped into issues that I didn't see anybody talk about or cover. And I was like, okay, well, I know I'm not the only one that's seeing this problem. How can I fix it? Or how can I share my experience with others to help so they can fix it? And then all of a sudden I get a bunch of comments of people saying, you helped me, fix this problem. You helped me save money. You helped me do this. And those little wins individually add up to a big win. But as far as a milestone, and I would say personally, my family, right? So I got a son that's graduated from high school. I got one that's kicking butt, taking names, getting ready to get out of high school eventually. And I got my own house, bought, paid. I got 3 cars, bought, paid. Like everything is locked, rocked, and ready to rock. And that's those milestones personally is just me trying to live my life, but set up my family well. If God forbid I move on from this world, I want everything to be squared away for my boys, my mom, my wife, everything. But individually as a channel, it was, 10K subs. Wow, people actually like me. Or 5K subs. Wow, people actually like me. 10K subs. Oh, people really do like me. 20K subs. Okay, I guess I'm on to something. But
nice.
But it's that community feedback. It's definitely community feedback, and I've learned a lot from everybody and how to better myself. So I don't know. My milestones may be mild compared to others, but a lot of it you won't see it. Honestly, you will not see it on camera. A lot of the milestones achieved are going to be off camera, and then I might talk about it afterwards on camera.
Yeah, well, I definitely get that vibe, and I know the community, the community that shows up for your content, Vega, like that's I think that's most people's experience of you, is that it's like, all right, this is a person who I can relate to, and they're putting their, they got their poop in a group. They're trying to keep their life in order, and they're trying to just share what they can to help other people. So so that comes through very, very clearly. Let me ask you this, and then we'll try to keep this whole thing to about 15 minutes here. But upcoming dates on the channel, the serpentXSF channel, and upcoming dates that you're excited about in crypto. What are some things that you're looking forward to?
All right, so the biggest thing we got going on right now is on September 10th, 2022, around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Convert that to whatever your time is locally. We're having an Ethereum merge miner meeting. Say that 5 times fast. So basically, it's all the miners, right? We know the Ethereum merge is coming upon us. We know a lot of things are going to get shaken out, right? Because Ethereum has been kind of what we've all been drawn to, or a lot of miners have kind of gravitated to. And this is about to leave. So this is going to be a big change in all our lives. And it's a community event, and it's a meeting where we're going to have a lot of your favorite content creators in the crypto space, big to small, in one central meeting. So I would challenge everybody to please check it out. I will be streaming the content, or streaming the conversation live. There is a kind of a topic of discussion or order of or process that we're going to try to follow, try to keep it, constructive and moving forward. Because, when a bunch of the guys get together, it gets a little bit crazy, but that is the most important meeting. I do want to plan, and honestly, Seth, this is probably something that I'll draw with you offline, is I would like to have a Twitter Spaces meeting again, prior to that meeting or after that meeting. So if you guys follow us on Twitter, stay tuned, because I would like to host a Twitter Spaces, obviously talking about Ethereum, crypto, the future of cryptocurrency, so on and so forth. But so September 10th, and around that date, keep your eyes peeled, and you'll see what happens.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to have links, obviously, to Vega's YouTube channel in the description of this video, and to Vega's Twitter handle in the description of this video. Where's some other places that people can find out more about serpentXSF, the channel, more about what you're working on, and more about upcoming dates?
Well, I got a couple things going on in the pipeline. serpentx.tech is a website that I'm working on. If you go there now, you're probably not going to see anything, but bear with me. It's a process. My name is Vega, obviously, in real life, and I have vegamod.com. That was really kind of like a IT side business that I'm going to eventually, that has my blogs, posts like nice hash mining, chia farming, which Seth destroyed me on, and various other elements there. But vegamod.com, serpentx.tech, stay tuned. Obviously, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. I haven't TikToked yet, but I need to join. I need to join. I need to get on there because apparently my colleagues tell me that's also a great way to get in touch with the community.
Yeah, that makes sense, man. So it sounds like serpentx.tech is going to be like the sort of the website home in the near future. So there's a little bit of construction dust over there, but you're almost ready, it sounds like.
Yeah, and I'm looking, it's probably going to be because right now I'm about to enter in the busiest week of this month on my full-time job. So I'm looking more in October. September is going to be a busy month because we got the merge happening. There's going to be a lot of conversations, a lot of topics, a lot of content being put out. I'm communicating with various partners and players in the space. So October is probably going to be the date range, or that month is probably when the website is going to be live. And what I'm hoping to do with it is actually similar to what Red Panda Mining did, where they offer consultative services for X amount of time where you can schedule. So if that is available, look for it around October.
Awesome. Okay. Well, Vega, I appreciate you spending some time. Again, thanks to your family for sparing you for a few minutes at the end of a long week. And I'm looking forward to September 10th. Audience, if you're not subbed, go check out all the links you see in the description. That'll bring you over to Vega's, all of his socials and the site as well. I mean, well, I'm gonna try to help him out, like prop up a landing page so you can just go there right away, get an email list or something going over there. But you need to go over and check out all of Vega's stuff. He does some phenomenal, especially monthly roundup. He's not going to brag about it, but I will. Monthly roundup profitabilities or profitability roundups at the end of each month, which is unlike something that anybody else in the GPU mining space does. So he innovated that. He's continued to do that with consistency. So if you look back, end of each month, almost like clockwork, you'll be like, oh no, Vega's got he's got the breakdown of what was actually profitable, so you can see those trends over time. It's most people sleep on that stuff, but it adds up. That's where the alpha is in mining. So I'm gonna brag on that too. But Vega, appreciate your time. Thanks so much for being on the channel. And is there any question that I didn't ask that I should have asked?
I don't know. You're always full with a lot of questions, and sometimes you hit me with the hard ones. Plans for the future. So plans for the future, channel wise, obviously is going to continue to grow because I am a full-time employee for a company. I'm working for the man, as they call it, and full-time father, husband, all that good stuff. It does take a lot of my time, and YouTube is a hobby, but it's a passion project because I love the community and I do it for you guys. But the plan is, as the channel grows, I want to also grow, right? I always stayed small for many years, always been the at-home miner, maybe 1-2 rigs, older GPUs, then upgrade to newer GPUs, and then upgrade again next gen. I'm thinking about bigger opportunities, bigger ways that I can impact and help out not only the local community, but also maybe on a political and governmental level, because crypto isn't going anywhere. And I want to make sure that our politicians and people in places of power are properly educated about cryptocurrency and are not making decisions based upon whatever news clip or newsletter said. I want to make sure they're properly educated so that way we can innovate. And if they're going to regulate it properly, not regulate it into the ground. And so I'm going to try to grow and reach out and network with those individuals, but also possibly grow to a different location, right? It can't always be in my house. I got a full house, probably going to grow out into that. That's the only question I would answer if you did ask it.
Okay, great. Well, I appreciate you bringing that one up then. And again, Vega, thanks for your time. Audience, go check out the socials. Check out the links down below. Click all of them. Show them some love. And appreciate your time, Vega. Audience, I will see you in the next one.